So, I do want to point out that welcome back, gang. It's Kevin, Life22, and if you're appreciating this, which I hope you are, I'm doing this probably to my detriment, but if you're gonna make omelets, you gotta crack a few eggs. It's no ill will to the egg, by the way. Like, I didn't get up with a hatred of eggs to crack the egg open and pour its deliciousness out into my pan. But in the name of truth, which in this metaphor is making delicious omelets, it has to happen. It has to happen. The truth has to come out. So, I hope these scarecrows are helping guide future behavior. I hope that guys like me can shine a light on some of the corruption that's happening, some of the things that smell like corruption so bad that they shouldn't happen. So, if you were... So this first part I'm a little blurry on is the exact timeline. I know the district attorney's office has changed hands. I know that there was a town judge who, and that's the part I'm blurry on, was this a certain town judge selected as the county attorney first, or was it simultaneously to her being the county attorney that she was also a town judge? And then that's a part I'm questioning. And then I'd like to kind of know, was she appointed the county attorney before or after she was sleeping with County Legislator Don Benson? Those are... And then I know there was a divorce involved. And I don't know if the relationship with Mr. Benson was before divorce papers were filed or after. So those would be things that I'd like to know. Now, it's one thing if she was already the county legislator or county attorney, and that Miss Smith, the woman in question, of course, but she was a judge, or, well, she currently is not a judge, but she either was a judge at the time or she was stepping down from being a judge, or had been a judge, right? So, but these are people that are not supposed to be of moral authority, but they're supposed to be held to a higher standard, right? And they should be to some moral authority, because they're the ones that are, they're judges. They're putting people in jail behind bars, giving people infractions for violations of the law. They should have some sort of moral compass amongst them, and to be, I don't know. Well, I guess let's see where the story goes before you make your final judgment. So, I don't know if this person was having an affair, or if it was just, maybe she became the county attorney on, her merit and experience. And let's say that she got introduced to the county legislature, and she met Don, and they fell in love, right? Maybe, hey, listen, you're not supposed to just get these positions and be unhappy, right? And you fell in love, and love is a powerful thing. And I'm not going to fault you if you fell in love. But did you? Did you fall in love? Maybe you did. And then there was a rumor that there were raises going around to people that were, the county attorney got a raise. But then I dispelled that rumor because I also heard that everybody got a raise, and it was like literally on a schedule to go up at the same time. So it wasn't really as nefarious as other people thought it was. So clearing the record on that one. It still seems a little odd, though, right? So you're the county attorney, and you're banging a county legislator who is somebody who, essentially like rules on your budget and, whatever. And he also has a lot of money. He's got a lot of money. Enough money to pay for a big PR firm out of Buffalo to run your campaign. Maybe you paid for that yourself with your divorce settlement. Maybe. Just, money gets fungible amongst, bedfellows. So, I put a lot of speculation out there, but man, if I were in that situation, I would think that it would smell really bad. The smell test again, guys. We're going back to that smell test. If it smells bad, this is that ethical issue we discussed with judges earlier. If it might not be illegal for you to sleep with a county legislator and then just throw enough money at a campaign that you just win handedly. And man, there was a lot of Republicans walking around just talking you up. I can't get past your moral improprieties. So I guess I will stay silent in that regard, I guess. But, I can't stay silent, so shut Kevin Doherty up. People have tried. So there was a lot of people, and I don't know if you pulled the wool over certain people's eyes, and either that or they're all in the take. I don't know. Mark Heberling was talking about you like you were the next coming of Jesus. She was going to save the day, and I know that it wasn't hard for you to replace Lori Riemann because she was terrible. She's really terrible. And, like we talked about her improprieties, where she had an issue with Jeff Andriano and forced charges to stick on him, and they should have been dropped. So we could talk about that, and, hey, his wife's a county legislator, and I think you two are good buddies. So, and that's the downside, because you're going to be the new DA, and you're going to drop charges that should be rightfully dropped against Jeff Andriano, but like the rest of your history is checkered, and so yeah, you should do the good thing there, and you should do the right thing because you're not because you're friends with Jeff and his wife, but because it's the right thing to do. But the right thing to do was when a run for district attorney from your position and with all the events circling your career path smelled so bad that you should have just ethically stepped down. You should have just said, I can't run. It doesn't smell right. That's why Preston Marshall was going to run, because he didn't think it smelled right. A lot of other attorneys did not think it smelled right. People that work for the state, people that work for the county, people that work for the city. There's a lot of people that didn't think that smelled right. I've been keeping this one under my hat for a while. The entire race, man. I wanted to say something, and I don't know if it was a coming to Jesus moment after the first of the year or right before the end of the year, but man, this feels so great to get off my chest. I had a little joke amongst friends. I said, man, because Preston fell and had that terrible accident, and I shouldn't joke about that. But I said, what's funny is I bet you that was one of the contracts that Mr. Benson won, was to shovel a certain area of walk or whatever. And then all of a sudden Preston fell, the guy who's running against his girlfriend. I thought, to me, that would have been like par for the course for all the stuff that we're kind of pointing out here, but I don't think that any of that was just kind of extreme speculation. And Preston's recovering. I see him on Facebook posting with his wife and family, and so he's doing well. So for any of you out there that were on that side of the race and thought that Preston should have been our district attorney because he was a, you know, wholesome family man, and, you know, not a woman getting divorced, sleeping with county legislators. Like, what's it take to get a pass from the district attorney's office? I mean, the track record is there. There is no age limit. Throwing that out there too. For all of you that know the age discrepancy here, you'll find that humorous. When something smells that bad, you should just step away and say, it's got to be unethical. Well, you know, and you'll have some attorney tell you that, no, it's not. It's not unethical. Well, it fucking should be. It should be. Pick the righteous path next time, people. I'm getting a double whammy of targeting from Don Benson. Again, I have no problem with Don as a person. Some of his bedfellows, some of the ways that he's currently conducting business, I don't know. Well, guys, so that's your new district attorney, a woman who slept her way to the top. So for those of you who followed Kamala Harris's career, or Kathy Hochul's career, it's not just Democrats who can fail their way to the top or sleep their way to the top. That's what I think Hochul was. Hochul, I think, was one that Cuomo grabbed her ass and she didn't say no. She got promoted. Ta-da. So, Ms. Smith, I hope you do a good job. Because you're not going to resign. People of your moral fortitude do not. They don't resign. They're too selfish. Narcissism is a strong, and selfishness is a strong, strong code to live by. It's easy to live on the self. The other side has been doing it for years, so they preach it to our kids, and here we are. Both sides are victim to it. So, well, guys, man, I'm so excited to have this series released. Just the weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And we'll catch you guys next time on Life22.